I need to change. Yum yum yum. This one. Yes. Ba, 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 ba. Nice. Sure. God, they really just mess this thing. Okay, there we go. So, we're still back to future Paradox Pokemon. Eh. So, I need to make... We're gonna do... future... I just want to see if I can't double up on anybody. So we finished Iron Shreds, Iron Hands, and Iron Thorns. Ice Water, Dark Flying, Fire Poison, Fairy Fighting. No one else can be merged, so we're gonna have to do all the rest of them separately. Which is okay. I was also very lazy this past weekend and didn't bother getting more Herba Mystica. So I will do what I can with what we currently have. But it should be okay. It should be all okay. So first we're gonna start with Iron Bundle because I know where that spawns. There's no way that egg stays on. There we go. We knocked the egg off. Perfect. I don't know if adding the egg would have messed it up or not, but I don't want to take any chances. So this is going to be the water sandwich for Iron Bundle. And we're still going no shiny charm. Because we only need, what, four more Paradox Pokemon? We need Iron Jugulus, Iron Moth, Iron Valiant, and Iron Bundle. And as far as I know, all those ones, even though they're like all dual typing, they all have different dual types. So, we are going to need to do them all separately. So at minimum, we're doing 4 different sandwiches, which is a bit of an oof. But let's see. I could control my second person to get Shiny Charm up and going. Where Iron Bundle spawns here, right? I remember running through this cave. Okay, yeah, Iron Bundle. Iron Treads. Why is this... Okay. Well, we're just gonna have to hope and pray. Oh, there's so many other... What? Why is there so much other stuff spawning in here as well? My water sandwich is broken. What? It was working all so well the last Thursday. Okay. We have found the land. Okay, no, there's still Iron Hands here. I was about to say we found the land of the Iron Bundles, but it seems like that all the other Paradox Pokemon are still spawning here as well. Okay, we are seeing everything else spawn as well. I want to see if there's a better Iron Bundle spot. Iron Bundle. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Interesting. So the video, he's running in like the same spot. And he's getting a gang of iron bundles while we're getting a gang of everything. Let's try... Let's see... Further up, maybe? No, we got Dunsparces. More Dunsparces. Some iron bundles. I'm gonna need to check on this sandwich, because it's not isolating anything. It is not isolating. Okay, so maybe... on the next sandwich, we could try making an ice sandwich? Because it looks like everything in here just thinks it's a water type. Okay, but anyways, we are looking... Luckily, Iron Bundle is a pretty easy shiny to see. So we are going to be looking for an entirely chrome little penguin. So it should be fairly decent to spawn, because its entire red part's going to be just chrome. If we find anything other than a shiny iron bundle, I'm going to be surprised if anything. What is happening? What's going on, King Enderflame? I feel like my sandwich is broken. It's spawning every... Okay, now it's spawning nothing. Oh, there we go. It's spawning everything. Everything believes that it's a water type. Did we get sparkling powder? Oh, we didn't get encounter power. Ah. I see what the issue is now. Wait, why didn't we get encounter power? I see what the issue is. Ah. I guess... Oh. I see, I see. Did that egg really mess up our sandwich, and that's why we didn't get encounter power? Well, let's try making let's try making an ice sandwich. But how's your day going so far, King Enderflame? Second game. Ba-da-ba-ba. What's going on, Donut Fox? How are you doing today? Oops. We've already messed up on our first sandwich. All this dialogue. Blah, 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 blah. Fish. Okay. This time we're gonna try it with ice sandwich. Just chilling out for the night. Nice, excellent. Good day's been good so far. Good to know, good to know. So far, yeah, it's been like a chill Monday. like, I don't know, it feels like for the past couple months, like Mondays have been like rather chill and such. What am I doing? Yeah, especially now that we've gone into doing like all this paradox hunting and stuff. I'm a little bit less worried about timelines and such. It's even nicer because a lot of the videos that I've been working on, I finally got to finishing them. Like the evolution video, that got sent out Saturday, I believe. Signing plastic. Too salty. But yeah, it's been chill so far. I like when, like, you know, the YouTube videos get done and such, and then I get to the final product. I'm just wishing that for the Pokemon TCG, it's been like near impossible to try and get the newest set of stuff. I've been doing alright. I've still got a cough. But that's pretty much it. Like, I've definitely felt like I've recovered from my sickness. So I've pretty much just been going back to work. But also, because I'm going to Japan in the summer, I've been planning on that trip. Okay, we got all the stuff that we're looking for. So, because Japan is such a heavy reservation place, I've been trying to make sure that everything's been like all set with like the different plans that we're doing. And especially like climbing Mount Fuji, that's like the one of the main plans that we're doing for the trip. So I've been trying to make sure that that's all like properly set and stuff. So it's felt quite busy, but I enjoy planning and scheduling and such, so it's not like too much of a burden. Or I would say it's not too much of a hassle. Because that's like stuff that I actually enjoy doing. Especially about Japan. I love Japan so much. But I don't know if I'd want to like live there. So I feel like living in a place is very different than, like, you know, just visiting for vacation and such. Yeah, I've definitely been trying to math out and save my vacation days to make sure that I can have it for the entire 2 weeks. Not to mention, I feel like by that time, a lot of new cards will be released. So especially anything that I like want to have as like a collecting card, I can like actually be in Japan and buy the Japanese variant, which is usually cheaper than the English ones, I've noticed. So it's very cool, very pog. I'm definitely looking forward to checking out a bunch of different cafes as well, because that was one thing that I did do a bit of the last time I went, but there are other ones where it's like you have to plan it like almost a month or a couple months in advance, and so those ones we weren't able to do. So I'm hoping that at least this time I can make sure I remember that when the reservation dates are, so I can try and schedule those ones. But yeah, other than that, it's more of I want to try to plan what we're going to be doing for streams and shiny hunting and all that. I feel like at some point I'm gonna like ask my friend whenever he's free so that we can do some Pokemon challenges. Because I don't think uh, only doing shiny hunting is like kind of enjoyable for stream. I don't know. It's definitely like a chill. It's a more chill and relaxing time just doing shiny hunting and stuff. But I definitely feel like that there needs to be like a little bit more action mixed in for streams and such. I think those things are a lot more fun to edit. Like when I did the Pokemon Lockout, I guess my friend Leo. Jesus. That was a lot of fun. That was a very fun video to edit. Granted, it took a while because it was like 8 hours of footage on my part, and then like, or no, it was probably like 8 hours of footage total. I think it was like 4 hours of my footage and then 4 hours of his footage. But we are planning on doing a sort of like a randomized shiny hunt, which could be a lot of fun. But we both already have the shiny charm and stuff, so it'll be probably a lot easier than shiny hunting for these future paradox Pokemon. Yeah, other than that, I'm trying to like remember all the pre-orders that I had, especially like with this newest set. It's like impossible to find anywhere. Like anywhere I go, it's just out of stock. And all the like local card shops around my area, I've tried asking to see if they had any in stock or if there's plan to get them in stock, and none of them like have a thought of getting any more in stock. Which really sucks because it's like a full evolution set, and you know, Flareon's my favorite one. So I'd like to collect all of them. It's just a very expensive process. I will say I am very excited because I did order a bunch of Pokeball Japanese versions of them all, and they all came in today. So now my collection binder is like, the pages are almost filled up. I just need to collect the Master Ball versions to go to Rub in Germany. I've been to Germany once during high school, and I would say it was a very fun trip. I'm not normally like a big traveling person, but I definitely enjoyed those trips, especially like going with a bunch of people and such. Are you planning on doing like a solo trip, or are you gonna go with like a group of people? So I feel like that there's definitely a big benefit with both sides of the spectrum. Because it's like solo trip, you can basically go do what you want, make sure you're like in time for a lot of things. You're not too reliant on like what other people want to do or like what their schedules look like. But then again, it's like when you're going with a group of people, you're just like, it's almost like you're constantly just hanging out all the time. And I mean, you can also like have a bunch of separated days with each other. That's the only other thing I need to think about is that there are going to be days where the group is like not all the time together. But it's definitely a fun group experience traveling with friends. Because it also depends on like how long you're also going to be traveling for. Because I'm also in the belief that solo tripping, unless you like pack a bunch of stuff together, it could get kind of stale once you get like further on throughout the trip. That was an issue that we had previously when we first went to Japan as like a friend group. is because we were as a friend group, you know, it was quite enjoyable, but there, like, by the second week, there was nothing that we had planned. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the road now. Any more friends to travel with? Nice. Yeah. I hope whenever you do have the trip, I hope you enjoy the time that you have. I think it's a lot of fun being in like another country and stuff, just traveling around. I don't know how easy it is to travel around in Europe though. But at least the nice part about like Japan is a lot of it's like once you understand the subway system, it becomes a lot easier. But it's a lot of just walking and subways. So you don't really need to take like a taxi or like have a car unless you're like going into like the middle of nowhere. But I feel like in Europe it's a little bit more expensive, so maybe you'd probably need to have like either take a taxi or like a rental car or something like that. Nothing, no shinies yet. You need more friends to go with. Yeah. That's also the thing is like trying to get friends to go with you. So especially like with me, all of my friends are like always busy all the time. Since the majority of them are like going back to do their masters and such. Either that or they just don't have the same amount of like vacation time as I do because like they oftentimes like to plan like weekend trips and I don't care too much about going on some of the weekend trips. So I've saved up like quite a bit of it. But yeah. Even like for my Japan trip, I still need to flesh out more of the trip. No. I hope none of the shinies spawn into walls. But yeah, after this Japan trip, all my vacation days get sapped up. Which is the unfortunate part, because mathing it out, I've got like, I want to say one vacation day remaining after I use all up on Japan. I would say that's the only downside for taking like an extended vacation time is that all your vacation days get sapped from work. And then you have to start back from ground zero. Uh, all these rad boys. Show me your chrome brother. Eh. There's one thing we can all go for is a little bit more money so we can all take a vacation. All vacation all the time. Probably not all. Oh, if the shiny falls, I'd be so sad. I can't believe they'd have it as a possibility for like Pokemon to spawn right on the edge just to fall off. Is all these a red blue? One thing I do need to look at is I need to make sure that if I do visit Japan card shops that I don't buy like duplicate cards. Especially because like the Japanese set is still kind of expensive. And buying duplicates would be a no. Especially there's not like a lot of places here that at least I assume there's not a lot of like card shops that take Japanese cards. I feel like all of them are mostly English card takers. Come on, bundle. Ta-ta. I also don't know what we're going to shiny hunt after these ones. I guess depending on the date, if we get closer to Pokemon Day, we can do the Pikachu lookalikes. Then I'd need to make a list. Make a list of the different shinies that we can go for. And I definitely want to see if we can finish these future mods. Oh gosh. Bahanabiga. God. You just gotta keep that. That's also the other downside. I get so tired, like after the day. But at least, you know, we're not doing anything like super stressful, I guess. I guess the only other downside of having like a chill laid back stream is try not to fall asleep. I don't know. I definitely need to find some more stuff to do. I'm trying to think, is there any other thing that I would want to do, like for streaming or for like YouTube and such? Because I think that's like the big driving factor of what I do on stream is, can I make it into a YouTube video? I guess that's also probably the bigger reason of why I stopped streaming Apex. Also because like I don't really care too much about playing it. But it's just like not a good YouTube video, I would say. Especially because I'm just like, I don't know, I want to say I want to say I'm average, but other people would say I'm a little bit above, but eh. I definitely have my moments. I also think it's probably better to sort of drive down on one topic or one. Oh! Nice. Shiny Chrome Penguin. Eesh. I was say it's also probably nice to like stick to one thing. Make sure my other game doesn't fall asleep. 3. Yes. Well, I don't want to waste the rest of this ice sandwich, and there's not any other there's no other future paradox to go for. What's going on, King? I see as soon as you show up, we find the shiny. Also, King Enderflame still here. Yes, let's go. And there's other penguins. That's what I'm saying, King. You show up and a shiny shows up. I'm just gonna make sure that it's in there. Let's do this. We're gonna... Nice. Chrome Penguin. Let's see if we can find any more. Just because we still have 11:30. 11 minutes and 30 seconds left. Ugh, string never ends. I feel like a lot of times shinies will come whenever you guys come and watch the stream, you know? Because definitely when I'm doing this by myself, no shinies want to show up for me. But this is great. We only need 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think we only need 3 more shinies left. 3 more shiny future Paradox Pokemon left. And then we don't have to worry about playing Violet ever again. I just need to make sure that I trade them all to my Pokemon Scarlet so that all the Pokemon are like together. Let's see if we can find any more. How are you doing today, King? Having a chill Monday? That's how it is, honestly, most of the time. I definitely feel like streamer luck is a thing, because especially when I do like when I used to do like gotcha summons and stuff, it would always be better like on stream than off stream. Me, I decided you can't lose. That's how I'd be feeling right now, you know. Especially since last time we tried to, or I wouldn't say last time. Last time was actually pretty decent because we found both Iron Treads and Iron Hands. Right, I think. Oh, and we also found Iron Thorns. We found Iron Thorns. So I mean, with you guys here, we've been making like decent progress. It really does feel like we can't lose with trying to get these shinies. It's even better because, you know, we don't have the shiny charm in this game. So we're playing with, like, worse odds than we normally would be. But honestly, it doesn't really, like, feel very different. I definitely think it's like because of the help of the level 3 sandwich, you know, that's where all the progress comes in. But can we get more? Can we greed for another Chrome Penguin? I mean, I'm glad that we got one. Luckily for like all these Paradox Pokemon, we only need one, so it's not like we have to get multiple for an evolutionary line or anything. What should we go for next? We got Iron Moth, Iron Jugulus, or Iron Valiant. I think I want to do Iron Valiant last, because it kind of feels like a Roaring Moon situation where it's like, you know, it definitely feels like the best one to hunt for. I think that one we might do last. I don't even know what I feel like Iron Moth's shiny is going to be a little hard to see because it's probably still more chrome. I think depending on where they spawn will depend on what we hunt for next. Because I'm assuming Iron Moth... Excuse me. I feel like Iron Moth might spawn sort of like Slitherwing up on that like cliff area. And Iron Jugulus, I've seen him spawn in here, but I've also seen him spawn in Roaring Moon Cave. So it's definitely going to depend on what sandwich we use. I'm glad we swapped to like an ice sandwich though, because now we got the encounter power working with us. Because before everything was spawning, we got Garganocles, Dunsparces. And I was a little worried we'd find like a shiny version of those ones before we found the little iron bundle. Which would have been kind of odd. Because we wouldn't have like, you know, the sparkling power working towards those ones. I'm trying to think. The only other thought that I have for after this... Pikachu clones, so we can finish that by Pokemon Day. Eventually, we're gonna have to go for a 3-segmented Dunsparce. And then a 3-family of Maushold. That one's probably gonna be a pain shiny, because the shiny is only slightly different. But who knows? Who knows what other games will be released when the Switch 2 is released? Did you guys see like all the announcements for the Switch 2? It looks pretty nice. Although I think it's like expected MSRP is at like $450, I heard from a friend. Which, I mean, I might just wait. I don't need it like immediately, so I'm probably gonna give it some time before I buy a Switch 2. I might even buy one like when I go on my trip to Japan. Just as like a little vacationary trip, you know? Or a vacationary present, I would say to myself. Plus, Pokemon ZA is probably not going to be released until like later on during that year anyway. So, depending on what games show up for the Switch 2, you know, I may not even need to get one until, you know, ZA comes out. That one's got red on it. I think ZA is like estimated August, I think is what I heard. Which, if it is beginning of August, I can also buy it while I'm in Japan. But I think it's gonna be like later August if it is in August. But there's definitely going to be a lot of things to think about between now and then. Because there's also like a bunch of trading card stuff releasing from now and then. Like, I don't know if you guys watch other VTubers or stuff. Like a lot of other indie VTubers. But they have... Shy Lily has a trading card game that releases on Friday. And honestly, I'm kind of excited because I love trading card games in general. And especially since there's one that... Oh, there's going to be one with a bunch of VTubers on it. It looks like it'll be a lot of fun. At least a lot of fun to collect. I don't know how the game plays. So that's going to have to be something to figure out. At least by Friday. Or after Friday. I don't know. But I'm definitely looking forward to like a lot of other card stuff. Especially collecting cards and such. 'Cause I have my own separate binder. What is there still spawning in the water? I'm almost hoping Iron Jugglers doesn't spawn in here, or there's a better place to hunt for it, because if it spawns inside the walls, I don't know if I want to deal with it. We're almost done with the sandwich. We got like a minute left, I'll say. Minute 50. It's closer to 2 minutes to see if we can find a last Iron Bundle shiny. Which, I mean, you know, no shiny charm. Finding one within the first sandwich. Well, I guess technically a second sandwich, but we didn't go through the first sandwich, so. I'm just gonna say it's our first sandwich. Honestly, these future Paradox Pokemon have been like pretty good to hunt for. I think the only one that gave us a little bit of trouble was Iron Hands. But that was also because we were partially hunting for Iron Thorns during that time as well. And I don't remember. Oh, no. So yeah, with Iron Thorns, we did Iron Hands at the same time. But because we didn't find an Iron Hands while we were doing the Thorns, we did Hands and Iron Valiant at the same time. Which we found our Iron Hands, so. As far as like sandwich timings go, it's been pretty alright without the shiny charm. So if you guys ever go shiny hunting, you know, I would say shiny charm does help, but it's not completely like the make or break. I guess it also depends on how lucky you are when it comes to shiny hunting. Okay. I guess the harder part would be to get all the Herba Mystica for these sandwiches though, because it's like, you know, you have to get them through raids and such. And that looks like it's the end of the sandwich. Okay, so I'm going to save again, just because I have anxiety. And we will reset our main game, get our Herba Mystica back, and let's see where Iron Jugulus spawn. Shiny Hearts Iron Jugulus. So far. And then we're going to fly. So this person, yep. They made a dark sandwich. Okay, so they just hunted in the regular thing. Something cool about Hydron engines or a Calcum pulse. What's that? You had the patience to shiny hunt. I mean, it's definitely a process depending on what you shiny hunt for. I think they made it like a lot easier in the newer game in Scarlet and Violet with the addition of sandwiches and stuff. Oh gosh, giant Jugulus. We'll go for Jugulus next. But that's the nice part is that they made it a lot easier to shiny hunt in these games. Yum, 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 yum. It is raining in this game. Fantastic. Join form. Give me a sec. I'll read your thing in a sec. 4, 4, 6. And Arika compose. You did the feel. Really? I mean, a 33% boost, that sounds pretty big. I feel like a lot of the boosts, like in normal things, would be a lot like lower, like a 20%, maybe a 10%. So does it choose between which special attack or attack based on which stat's higher, or is there like a reasoning between choosing one or the other? Because I know there's a bunch of there's other attacks that give a boost based off which stat is higher than the other one, or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I just remember seeing something about some uh some items or attacks can boost a specific one based on which stat is higher. I did not mean to poke a portal again. So I'm going to make a dark sandwich. Smoked fillet, salt and sweet. Mmm. Paradox mod ability plus the ability to set field. Oh, okay. So it also sets like the field to whatever typing that they need it to be. Smoked fillet. Salt sweet. Honestly, that sounds kind of broken since, you know, they're able to like set the field and such. So I feel like if you're able to control like your different stat changes and how the field is set, I feel like that helps out a lot when you're playing competitively. Because especially since a lot of, I feel like a lot of other teams, like a lot of competitive teams focus on stat changes and such. I feel like that's a heavy, heavy assist to your team. But I don't know. I don't play competitive Pokemon. I don't play VGC because it made my brain hurt. Especially since, you know, Pokemon VGC requires a lot of back-end thinking. Sparkling Dark and kind of dark. Then we'll go to the... Gonna go back into the same cave. The nice part about shiny hunting all of these ones is that they're all mostly in the same cave. This is since that's just sad. Yeah, I'm surprised I don't see like a lot of Koraidons in comp play. I see, or at least I saw there's like Miraidon was like a big play previously. Okay, we're looking for Chrome Hydreigon, Chrome Iron Jugulus. I would assume it'll be very obvious. That's my assumption. Yeah, I wish... Well, I don't know how much I wish, but I think it'd be cool to think more about things in a competitive manner when it comes to like VGC and stuff. Especially like listening to them like talk about stats and attacks and boosts and abilities, hidden abilities. Just the amount of knowledge that they have is so cool. I will say, once we start doing Dynamax Adventures, I will have to learn a little bit of type advantages and knowledge and stuff. So eventually, once we get to doing like all those legendary stuff in Dynamax Adventures, then we're gonna have to think a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna have to rely on you guys to think for me a lot a bit. Right, right. No, yeah, I got it. I got it. I don't want to check something. What ability does it? Ah. Right. And I've seen that it's like been used in like competitive play. At least when Miraidon was legal for play, people were using it. See, it just sounds so good when you're able to like set up your own terrain and give yourself a stat boost. It just sounds like it sounds so good for competitive play. But I guess that's why Pokemon like has to have like, you know, its own like regulation sets and stuff. Just so that people don't only use said Pokemon. I definitely feel like if it was like legal all the time, everybody would just be using that. I mean, you'd probably have other people trying to like counter the meta against it, but I wonder how effectively could you go against it. Gosh, all this Crow stuff. And that's what I would assume is that depending on like what you're playing against, you know, Miraidon would just have like a busted attack stat. Or I wouldn't really say attack stat, but it would just have like broken damage, setting up its own field, boosting its own stat. But yeah, then it would create other people countering the meta with whatever other Pokemon can assist with that. So I think that's the crazy part about Pokemon VGC is that it's all a big mind game, especially when like setting up your team of Pokemon, you know. It's very different from the TCG because in the TCG, yes, you can like set your deck up to counter like a specific meta, but a lot of the stuff is like pretty well known and out there. There's no like hidden stats that you have to change or like hidden abilities. I mean, it's like it probably amongst VGC players, it's mostly knowledge about it, but I don't know. I feel like in the TCG, it's all very much out there for like everybody to see. And in the VGC, it's a little bit harder to like control and know all the knowledge. Especially depending on what teams people are building. It's just funny because like I'll watch the VGC and everything will just fly over my head, just completely whoosh. But I do think it's very cool when you see like all the one-hit KOs, all the stat changes, damages. I didn't know that paralysis just like lowered speed. I thought like when a Pokemon was paralyzed, it was just like forever gonna go second. But I guess paralysis only changes the speed stat by a percentage. And then with burning, I didn't realize that it also lowers the damage output of Pokemon as well. Because there's so many different things to think about. That's just not like there with the TCG. See, and I'm wondering, it's like, especially like with Miraidon's boost, like, how many people use that while he was in like regulation play? I don't think he's in regulation right now because I think they recently changed it to remove a whole bunch of the legendaries from regulation play. Not that I actually pay attention to it, but I would have to assume that like a lot of people played him while he was legal for play. But I think that's the cool part is like being able to try and look around for its weakness and such and being able to counterplay against it. Yeah, that's also another thing is like thinking about what item to give your mon. Pretty shiny much. I don't have any tradable Mighty Mark Pokemon. Just because I didn't really bother to do any of those events. Because, I mean, when it comes to, like, doing that, I was like, eh. I didn't really care about the shiny stuff. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm just chilling the shiny hunting. I haven't even played Ogre Ousting normally. Especially in this Violet copy, doesn't have the DLC. So I can't really help. Sorry about that. At some point, I'll probably need to... Well... I don't know, because I feel like when it comes to shiny Munchlax, it'd probably be easier just to catch one. Just either try for an outbreak. Well, you probably don't really even really need an outbreak. You probably just use a sandwich to get it. I don't know. I'm also very big on just like catching shinies rather than getting them from events. Nah, you'll get it eventually. I mean, realistically, if you're ever just looking for a shiny Munchlax, then you can just like catch one. As far as the Mightiest Mark stuff, I mean, that you're probably just gonna have to wait and see if Pokemon releases anything again. I'd assume that they would release it again. So I'm trying to think if... I never paid attention to those raids, but I'm assuming that they would probably release the events for the other starters, right? So I can't imagine that they did all the other starters yet. You just thought Murray was bad. It was... Oh. Makes sense. Yeah, the main Pokemon I've noticed in like competitive play is like Rillaboom, Amogus, Fluttermane. I've seen a lot of people use. Incineroar, Urshifu was also a big presence when I first started watching VGC. And some people are using Chi-Yu. It's very interesting when you like have a specific team in mind to do one thing, and then you have to go in and think about all the different matchups to play against it. Is the Ogre Acid one for the not big? I say I see. I'm sure they'll bring all that stuff back. And I mean, the Ogre Austin one, you'll probably just have to find someone that actually has the DLC, because yeah, I don't have it on this game. I haven't even bothered to try and go for any of the other mons. It's like, I do have it on my Scarlet, but I don't want to... try and ogre oust for Munchlax just yet. Oh god. See, I'm trying to finish catching all these future Paradox Pokemon. Oh, really? So the terrains can also prevent from status effects? I know there was like an item that a lot of people use to avoid your Pokemon falling asleep. I don't remember what it was. It was some sort of goggles that people were using. Either that or changing it to Terra Grass was also a way that people avoided their Pokemon falling asleep. Oh my god, 1710. Which honestly, I never knew that grass type Pokemon can't fall asleep. I always thought, oh, there it is. As soon as we check the time on the sandwich. Bleh. Safety goggles, that's what it was. Safety goggles. Freak of nature. God, my cough. Never bring stuff back. I need to finish this. Yeah, that's gonna be so good. True. I don't know. I know I'm sad because I missed out on the what did I get? I missed out on the Walking Wake and the Iron Leaves event, and I think I saw that they brought it back a couple times, or I saw they brought it back like one other time. So I'm wondering when they're gonna like release any of the other Mightiest Mark ones. I can take on the time on the sandwich. Left, right, on the left Joy-Con. There's the up, down, left, right. You click on the right one. Cause it's not numpad. It's the directional buttons. You click on the right one and it'll show you how much time you have on the sandwich, and if you have the DLC, it can show you Blueberry Academy missions and such like that. Welcome back, King Enderflame, and yeah, you came just in time to see the shiner. This prevents sleep, grassy terrain heals, misty terrain says no to Dragon. See, I knew grassy terrain heals. But that's just cause when I did raids to get to get Urban Mystica, I always typically had an Arboliva that always used grassy terrain to heal, which is also very helpful. But that's interesting. I didn't know electric terrain prevented sleep. That's pretty cool. True. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Is there anything at... Nah, we'll just see if we can find another shiny Iron Jugulis. Might as well use the rest of the sandwich. Yeah, I don't know. I would, as when it comes to the Pokemon events, I would assume that they would probably like make an announcement of bringing in probably newer Mightiest Mark Pokemon. Because I can't imagine that they did all the starters for the Mightiest Mark. I guess the question would be is, would they do it before Legend ZA, or are they going to just drop this game and focus more on that would be the question of the year. Because Legend ZA is probably going to be like the main focus of it. If the Pokemon say yeah, I have no clue. That's what I question is like, why would they make stuff like a limited availability? Especially like for completing the Pokedex, because you know you need like Iron Jugulis, or not Iron Jugulis, you need Walking Wake and Iron Leaves. So it really does become a pain when like the limited events are gone and like you can't really go back and try and catch them. I'm hoping they bring him back before Legends ZA, because I'd like to get a Walking Wake before them. Oh, Walking Wake was also good for competitive VGC as well. At least I saw people using him for a bit. Honestly, I didn't even know Rillaboom was like such a good competitive VGC Pokemon. I definitely saw a bunch of people playing him on their team though. So yeah, I think on my main game I have like missing slots from all the limited availability Pokemon. And I guess that'd probably be the only reason why I would get the DLC for this game, is so that I could get because I don't even have Iron Boulder or Iron Crown either. But I mean, it's like, would I buy 2 DLCs just for those 2 Pokemon? Probably not. Especially since I don't think you can even shiny hunt for them. Like, I think if you're able to shiny hunt for them, then maybe it would be, I don't even know it'd be worth it then either. Just buying 2 whole DLCs for like 3 shiny Pokemon. I guess the question becomes is, what are they going to release for ZA? That's like the biggest question I've had since like last year is, how is shiny hunting going to be in Legends ZA, and are they going to unlock shiny Pokemon that we couldn't catch in this game? Or I guess the other question is, are they going to are they going to release what's the word for it? I wouldn't say limited Pokemon. Exclusive Pokemon is probably what I would say. Are they going to like release exclusive Pokemon that were like exclusive to one game into ZA? Because ZA is going to be like its own individual thing. Yeah, I kind of wish that they had more events with this game. But the biggest hope is hopefully ZA will be a great game going into this year. Because, I mean, they've definitely built a lot of hype into this game. Or at least into ZA. Because it's like every other... I want to say every other week that I'm on YouTube, it's always somebody like saying, oh, there's a huge leak about ZA, there's a huge leak about Switch 2, there's all these different leaks. And it seems everybody's super hyped about it. So I'm really hoping that, you know, ZA won't be a bust of a game. Especially since they've taken so much time on it. Yeah, but I mean, I kind of like getting rid of the exclusive part. Because I understand it's like, you know, Pokemon being exclusive into one game or the other, you know, it kind of like almost makes people either makes people buy both of the games to play through in both, or it requires you to like trade with other people. And I guess that like brings out a community part of it, but I mean, not everybody's as social as other people, so I don't know if, you know, that's like the best thing for everybody. Because I am definitely not a social person to trade Pokemon and such like that. And I definitely don't want to buy two of the same game, especially like, you know, since it's like DLCs and stuff. So it'd be like having to buy the second base game, the second DLC, and the other DLC, the third DLC, twice. Which honestly sounds like a pricey venture to just get some of the exclusive Pokemon, you know? Especially like, you know, just the legendaries themselves. Which I think that's like my main issue with it is like if you have like exclusive legendaries, then that makes it a whole lot more difficult to try and trade from somebody else. Unless you just go for like Dex entry, but I think especially if like you're doing like a living Dex or like even like what we're doing a shiny living Dex, you know, you definitely want to keep those mons. Yeah, I haven't even completed them in this game. I've been too lazy in this game to try and complete any of the Pokédexes. I finally... Actually, no. I haven't even completed my Pokemon Sword Pokédex yet. I'm still working on that one. Because eventually we're going to need to do Dynamax Adventures to get shiny legendaries. Oh, another Jugilis. Hello, Jugilis. Welcome. Excellent. Oh, this camera's so funky. But yeah, I haven't even finished a lot of my... Oh, Critical Catcher. I haven't finished a lot of Pokédexes. I knew we would find another Jugulis. Look at that. Who needs a shiny charm? That's why I'm like less inclined to finish the Pokédex in this game. Because the only reason why I would need to complete it is to get the shiny charm. And look at that. We found 2 Iron Jugulises with 1 sandwich. No shiny charm involved. We got 6 minutes left in the meal. Let's see if we can find the 3rd one. Oh my gosh. 3rd Jugulis. Show me your presence. That we can have the full Chrome experience. Big Chrome experience. Yeah, I'm still like in the process of trying to complete my Pokemon Sword Pokédex. I just need the exclusive Pokemon, which is a pain in the butt. But I've borrowed my friend's Pokemon Shield, so I'm working through that game currently. Because eventually I'm going to need to do Dynamax Adventures. And for that one, I want to get the Shiny Charm in it. Haxorus and Quagsire. I don't even know what the shinies look like. Well, I know what Quagsire looks like. Quagsire's a big pink boy. I don't know what shiny Haxorus looks like. Yeah, I like how in this game, though, you can make level 3 sandwiches to, like, help boost your shiny odds. So you're not fully going off of, like, base odds. If I was going off base odds, I definitely would just try and get a shiny, try and grab the shiny charm. So I definitely don't want to go for like the 1 in 4,090 something chance of finding a shiny. Because even right now, since we don't have the shiny charm, but we are getting level 3 sparkling power, we're at least getting I think it's like 1 in 1,024 or something like that. We're still getting like decent odds of finding a shiny. I mean, it's not the 1 in 532, but right, that's what it looks like. Ah, so cool. I love when they do like the full black shinies, like shiny Greninja, shiny Charizard. Those ones look so sick. I also really like yellow shinies. Shiny Luxray, Luxio, Shinx, that's a sick line. Meanwhile, we're stuck here looking for shiny chrome Pokemon. Making our full chrome kitchen out here. Yeah, I think in this game, the only Pokemon I caught, let me think. I've caught 2 Pokemon from full odds randomly. One of them was a Flamigo, and the other one was a shiny Hypno. So I found double pink boys full odds in this game. Well, not in this Violet, but in my Scarlet game. That's what I'm saying, King. Every time. I'm fully with you on that. It's even funnier because when I look back on my Pokemon Sword game, it was like I knew that when I first started playing the game, I was like, all right, we are going to complete this Pokedex. We're going to get all the Mons and we're going to complete the game. And then I beat the game and then I put it away. And then when I checked back on it, because since we're going to do Legends, or when we're doing Dynamax Adventures, I looked back to see how many Mons I had. I had 15 caught. So I spent a solid couple weeks trying to complete that Pokedex. And now I just need like the exclusive Pokemon. But it took so long, it took so much Googling to figure it out. Oh yeah, those ones are so sick. I like shiny Lucario. I like the shiny Drifbloom. Honestly, I think shiny Drifloon looks a little bit better than shiny Drifbloom. Just a nice yellow shiny balloon. Shiny Arcanine, I need to look it up, but I don't know. I'm trying to think in my head like what would like a super sick shiny Arcanine look like? And I think Arcanine in itself just looks so much better. Although I will say in Legends Arceus, I did how he looked. I loved how he looked when he was like all gold as the one of the bosses. Definitely looks super sick. I like when Pokemon does like the different forms of Pokemon. I feel like it's a much better take than making like new Pokemon and then the new Pokemon looking awful. Like Klefki. God, I hate Klefki. Just a pair of keys. I can eat. Is that what the golden version is? We got Arcan 8. Then we got the OG Arcan 9. Honestly, such a cool Pokemon. Not my favorite, but he's definitely up there. He's definitely within the top 10, I would say. Oh. Is that our sandwich? That is our sandwich. Okay. We got 2 shiny Hydreigons from that. Let me just make sure. We're gonna check the box. Look at that. Iron Jugs. Iron Jugs. Are any of them marked? Oh, this one's marked. Uncommon mark, of course. No. I feel like the uncommon mark is like the most common mark I've ever seen. Well, with Iron Jugulus done, next become... I'm gonna look through the images and